mean, you can't multiply P times R and T. You have to multiply it by 1 because it's a letter or it's a log. I mean, it's obviously you have to put P into.
But you do eventually. I mean,
yeah.
If you said the distributed property.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Okay, so explain why. How does it relate, though?
No idea.
I believe you. I like your answer.
Thank you.
So if you're saying we distribute it, right?
But either way, P's going to have to go by R and T, though.
It is. You're right.
But when you multiply P into 1, it becomes a number. So you multiply it into.
But it doesn't matter. P is going to be. Either way, even if that 1's not there, it's going to be.
You're still going to have. I mean, if it was just
1 is what multiplies P into the distributed property.
not necessarily.
Everyone check out a calculator.
Most people want to check that calculator. That one's probably not that bad.
They're probably not going to return it.
Here's mine.
They are going to return it because I know exactly who borrowed what calculator because I had to sign them out.
Hey, $100, I would.
Yeah. 150 interest.
You can hang that. That looks like.
That's a high interest rate.
I don't have a calculator for a while.
I don't know, that calculator has a charge of it.
They'll bring it back.
I'll show you on the one Taylor. She has a new one.
I forgot to put it.
All right, you're on the right track. We're finished.
He'll know.
Okay, so if we distributed this, what would we get? If we distributed, what would we get?
Interest. Future interest. Future interest.
If we distribute this, what is the formula going to be?
P plus RT.
No.
No?
P plus
PRT.
PRT. And what is PRT?
Rate.
What is PRT?
Interest.
So it's really like saying your principal plus your interest. That's the future amount, right? Shh. Whatever principal that's in there, plus whatever interest that your principal earns, that's the future amount, right? That's where the 1 comes in. Because all they did was took this, factored out a P, and said A equals the principal times 1 plus the rate times the time.
So that's the answer.
Yes.
That's what 1 means.
That's what 1 means.
Like close enough to get like 2.5 points.
Yeah, I'll give you 5.
Sweet.
You was close.
It's 5 points.
You was close.
Well, you said it had to be the exact answer you were looking for.
No, I said he had to elaborate, which he did.
Elaborate on it.
Car through that.
No, we didn't.
All right. Now, today we're going to talk about, it's essentially the same thing, still interest, but we're going to talk about when it's compounded. So this is the formula. You need to write this down. Compounded interest, here's the formula. Not much has changed. What does change?
Wait, what? Compounded?
Compounded interest. What's new?
It's an N.
There's an N. All right? N stands for the number of times that it's compounded. All right? So if I've got, look at example 1. If I told you, let's figure out, we invest $2,000, right? The principal is $2,000. Okay, we're getting an interest rate of 6% for 3 years. Well, our 6% interest is really 0.06. All right? And it says it wants you to calculate how many times if this is compounded annually. So annually, so N would be what for annual? And, okay, we're talking in terms of years. Right? In terms of 1 year, annually is what?
You have to do that 1.
1. All right, so N equals 1 for annual. All right, so then it's going to say, what if it's compounded semi-annually? All right, semi-annually, it's compounded how many times? 2. 2 times per year. All right, quarterly. Not 3. How many quarters are in $1? 4.
Okay, I don't understand that whole concept right there.
You do or do not?
No.
What, annually, semi-annually?
Monthly. How many months are in a year? If it's compounded each month for that year, then it'll be compounded 12 times. Right? So N would be 12.
Well, I don't know, I don't understand the semi-annually and quarterly.
Well, if it's compounded annually, it's compounded one time a year. Right? If it's compounded semi-annually, then it's like we're saying, well, we're going to compound it per year 2 times. And then quarterly, it's compounded every 3 months. So how many times would that be? 4 times, right? So it would be 4. All right, and then monthly is every month, so it's going to be 12. And then daily, N would be what? How many days in a year? 365. Okay, now, on the homework sheet, you're not going to have to do this for all of them, but I want you to understand what they are because it's going to ask you different ones. Okay? So how do we plug this in the calculator? That's the real question. How do I figure this out? Because most people that miss them, it's just working it in the calculator. All right? For number 1, for annually, I'm going to take it. This is exactly how I'm going to plug it in. I'm going to say 2,000 parentheses 1 plus another parentheses your rate, which is 0.06, divided by, what are we dividing by here? The number of times it's compounded. So for annually, what's it going to be? 1. All right, close this parentheses, but I also got to close the begin parentheses. All right, there's going to be a caret sign under the clear button. That means raised to a power of. Open another parentheses. We've got the number of times it's compounded, which is 1 times the time, which is 3. All right, so if I plug that in the calculator.
So is that time, is that 3 years?
Yes. I get $2,382.03. So if it's compounded annually, my money that went from the original amount, which was $2,000, compounded annually for 3 years, to $2,382.03. All right. Now, when I change this, well, we'll talk about that when it's asking for everything. All right. So if I'm going in and I want to see how much money it would be if I compound it semi-annually, all I change is the 1 here and the 1 here. That becomes 2. Everything else stays the same. So for semi-annually, I get $2,388.10. Do we have questions? Does anybody have questions right now? All right, what's going to change in quarterly? What changes? What number changes? Okay, the N right here, this 1 becomes a what? Becomes a 4. So I plug it in the calculator and I get $2,391 and 24 cents. What changes in monthly?
The 4 goes from what, 4 would become a 12?
4 becomes a 12. That's the only thing that changes. So I change the 4 to a 12. And I get $2,393 and 36 cents. And then daily, what changes?
12.
12 becomes 365. So you know, when we get the money for the classroom, which I think we can now, $2,394.40. What I'm getting it's called an emulator. So basically, it's this calculator, but I can put it on, so we can talk, you can have a calculator, and then we can talk about it, and I can show you what to press. Does that make sense?
You know, already
see
do
it. I think so. I don't have one. I mean, I could probably do it with the Elmo, but I'm gonna actually get like the actual emulator. Cause we're eventually gonna get a smart board. So.
Where you gonna put it? There's one over there you can.
That's not a smart board.
Projector makes so small. I know that.
Well, that's a projector.
Screen.
That's a projector screen.
Okay.
It's different.
It is different.
You can put it over there or.
Why? Why would he teach over there, the board?
That'll be confusing. Do we have questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, fears, anxieties?
Balls, that sound like
What's your anxiety goal? Thank you. Thank you. That's how you're talking. Yeah. Are we good? Does everybody understand it? Does everybody understand what we're doing? There's calculators in this box. There's a calculator right here. I got a calculator up on this podium. There's 2 calculators on the desk. So that's what we're doing. Page 425.
You always give us work.
that. School, son.
You always complain.
Anyways,
You gonna explain?